All right, so season 2, episode 6. He has risen indeed, or he is risen indeed, which I think is a funny way of wording that, is a really good episode. So, like I've said before, I've loved every episode of this Chucky series so far. And this one just drives me crazy because the last episode ended with the kids finding Andy and this Colonel Chucky, a bald Chucky who talks like a literal colonel, who had war flashbacks, which I think is hilarious. But this starts out where you realize that Andy has survived, like in the last episode. But I liked how you see what happens, how the Chucky dolls take him out of this van that flies off and then blows up after they get out of there. Um, and then you realize that Dr. Mixter is Charlie's psychologist, which she calls him Charlie, Chucky Charlie, which I think is hilarious. I knew there was something weird about her, and that's even something that Lexi says in the episode as well. I knew there was something weird about that, about that psychiatrist. Um, and the school gets locked down, so then Andy is taken in, which I think is hilarious that they bring him into the school and just use him as like an excuse with churches where they just welcome people who are homeless. So he looked like a homeless person. He looked unkept. He had a beard. He had long hair. He had been there a year in this location. Um, so I like that. I like that we get more Glenn and Glinda stuff. Glinda has more nightmares about the stuff that happened in Seed of Chucky, which is cool. But I like seeing that Kyle is now with Glinda and Nika / Chucky, where Kyle does the thing where she shows blood to Nika and Nika becomes Chucky. Or Chucky takes over her psyche. And I thought that was great. I like the fact that Chucky is antagonizing Glinda to kill, and that's what you would have thought would have happened at the end of Seed of Chucky, because they were describing that she was evil, and Glenn was the good one. So that's great to see that as well. Um, I just like that moment that they don't hold back on that, where Glinda is like wanting to, like, Chucky's forcing her to try to kill Kyle, but she doesn't. That's really good. Now, this episode is going to break everybody's heart. This is a sad episode where you've got good Chucky, who is from the last episode, who is a perfect Chucky. He's nice, he's friendly, but now he's gaining psychopathic tendencies again. He sees a fly, he throws a knife at it and slams it into the wall and impales the fly. And it seems like Devin's right, that he's going crazy again. Or this Chucky is. And also, Psycho reference. I wouldn't hurt a fly. But they also did that in Seed of Chucky. There's a great scene between Buff Chucky and Colonel Chucky where you think there's going to be this big fight, but then no. Buff Chucky just eats this pill, and then you realize that the Colonel gave him arsenic, so Buff Chucky just chokes on his own, chokes and dies. Like, he just is dead from poison. That's great. You would have thought it would have been a big battle, but it was not. And that was funny because there was a big battle in the last episode with Good Chucky and Buff Chucky. But this time it's Colonel Chucky versus Buff Chucky, and Buff Chucky loses. I also noticed that Good Chucky gives Lexi meds, and it's like he's trying to bring back Lexi into this drug phase. That's interesting too. And I like how the Colonel gets stabbed by Andy in the back of the head with scissors, and he says, "Give me liberty or give me death," which I'm trying to remember what. I know it's based on a movie, probably based on a real life saying, but I don't know if it's Apocalypse Now or something like that, but I've seen that movie, but it's been a long time, so I was assuming it'd be something like that, or Patton or something. There are flashbacks that Colonel Chucky has, which is hilarious, like I said. I like that Glenn and Glinda, or not Glenn and Glinda, just Glinda, Kyle, and Nika / Chucky are going to this Catholic school. Like, they're going there to meet up with everybody. I think that's great, seeing that they're all going to finally connect together. I guess except for Tiffany and Glenn, they're not there. But I wonder if they're going to be there as well. But you know for sure that Kyle, Glenda, and Nika are going to be there, which is great to see those character interactions. I can't wait to see them all connect to each other. Um, I also thought it was interesting that Dr. Mixter just shoots Nadine, the really good teacher there. She's so nice and friendly, and man, it just sucks to see her get get shot like that. Um, and then we get to the big oh shit moment of this episode where good Chucky has been showing some psychotic tendencies instead of being good, and he goes up to this big window up in the kind of attic space upstairs, and Nadine follows, and Nadine is tricked by Chucky, and good Chucky throws her off, and she gets impaled by the Jesus statue underneath. And that to me was such an incredibly shocking moment because Nadine was such a lovable character. And I honestly was just in like sadness of, man, this character was so great. I love Nadine. But it also shows that Chucky's merciless. So it makes sense, but it also is just so sad that this great character died early. It also looks like Jesus is holding her where she was impaled. That was pretty interesting shot. But I really love the episode, even though it did kind of make me feel really bummed that we're not going to get Nadine anymore. Because she is dead for sure. She's not coming back from this. So, and instead, maybe prove me wrong. Like maybe this next episode she'll be back like randomly possessed by like a doll or something. But I don't know. But right now she is dead. So who knows? But I really love this episode. Every episode keeps getting better. We've got 2 episodes left. Can't wait to watch them this week. So that is it for today. Like I said, season 2, episode 6. He is risen indeed. See you guys later. Take care.